Hey everyone, welcome back to Season 3 here with Partizan Belgrade on the Gravediggers. We've had a transfer window, we've got chance today to secure our pathway into the next stage of the Champions League, which I think is like the weird league table group phase thing. A lot of our players are starting to really deliver this season, including some of our new signings, but we have had our first casualty in terms of our youth player. One of our youth players has been snapped up by Chelsea. Hi everyone, yeah, it's Season 3 here with Partizan, and you join us 7 games into the league season, but more importantly, we played 5 Champions League games. We drew, Javor Mattis, we seem to have very little luck against newly promoted teams. We drew 1-1. We took the lead in the 88th minute and then they equalised in the 90th minute. But these have actually done quite well against some of the other bigger guns. As you can see, they've only lost once in the league, and that was to Red Star. Otherwise, they've drawn with Chucherici, Mladost, and they've beaten everyone else. So yeah, they're actually 4th in the league. So maybe a 0-0, a 1-0 against them wasn't the worst thing that could have happened to us. You'll notice that we beat Panathinaikos 3-0. In the first stage of the Champions League of our knockouts, and we then followed that up with a nice comfortable 1-1 at home. They did actually take the lead, but then we rotated quite a bit and then we pulled it straight back and made it 1-1 and saw the game out from there. We drew 0-0 away from home against Austria Vienna, and then we beat them 3-1 at home. And we just played PSV at home and smashed them 3-0. So we're going to Eindhoven knowing that if we basically just don't do what we did against Braga and concede 3 goals away from home last season, we should be going through to not the group stages, but the main, sort of shebang really, the main party. I've just noticed randomly, we're playing both home and away legs of the Chucherici game in this, the preliminary phase of the league back to back. That's very random. I have no idea why that's happening. That might change if we get through to the Champions League. This might be like Champions League week or something like that. I have no idea what that's about. In terms of form, you'll notice a couple of players popping up quite a lot with goals, and that is Ratkov, Micetic, and Jovic. So we've got Ratkov, Micetic, Jovic there, Micetic and Ratkov there. Ratkov, Micetic, Jovic with 3, and then Topic again. And then we got a hat-trick for Micetic, goal for Ratkov, Jovic and Micetic, Ratkov, a Ratkov hat-trick. Now, I did say that one of our players had left, and that is... having a mare there. And that is, unfortunately, Bogdan Micetic. Now, Chelsea came in and hit his release clause of 5 mil, but agreed to let us keep him on loan for the season. So he is stuck around, to be fair. When we look at his goals, he's got 6 goals in the league, 2 in the Champions League. And yeah, he's going to Chelsea next season. Other outgoings, Shahovic, we had a bid from Aston Villa, and it said, he'd take a lot of convincing to stay. And to be honest with you, I was quite happy to let him actually go. I felt like, I didn't want to... It wasn't worth unsettling him by forcing him to stay, basically. So we let him leave. We'd already sorted out a replacement, which was Ranko Jokic. Now, he did actually join after, but we'd already sorted out, signing him to provide cover. And he's kind of slotted quite nicely in as our first choice, really. Alexa Matic is another player we signed, another Serbian player we signed to add some depth in midfield with Bibar's Nacho leaving, and that has allowed us to loan out Milan Aleksic to Radnički. They were in the top flight in the first division and got relegated, and they've just come back up. And he's made 7 appearances and he's played once in the cup. So, I'm hoping it's just going to help with his development, just getting some regular starting game time. Nice to see that none of his 8 appearances so far have been off the bench. A couple of bits of business I was pretty proud of was Jadon Anthony and Emiliano Marcondes. So you may remember we signed them for free in January of this year, 2024, and then we've basically sold them for 1.8 million in the summer. not mega money, but for us, for our club, that's quite a bit. When you look at our finances, basically look like this. So, you know, almost sort of an eighth of that has come from the sale of those players. If I've done my maths right there. Obviously, there was, you know, signing on fees and wages, but we signed them for nothing, and then we've just loaned them, like sold them straight out for 900k each, which I think is pretty good going. For Triller, we managed to get 1.1 mil for him. You may remember him. He showed a bit of promise, but really struggled to properly like sort of hit the ground running really with us. We kind of couldn't. We struggled basically to get him into get him in ahead of Jovic, understandably. And then we had other players like Nemanja Ilic and Petar Ratkovic, Serbian players who, you know, were basically, you know, he wasn't outshining them either as like a rotation option. So we sold him. We managed to make a bit of profit on him. That was it for terms of notable outgoings. The incomings that I'm particularly pleased with was Mickey Van Sass, a free signing to basically provide a bit of backup for goal, but he's also got a bit of potential. So he could, at worst, be a backup goalkeeper, at best someone we sell on for profit. Basically just to provide a bit of cover for Popovic and Naumov. Naumov is very much first choice, really, now. He does't have that con of, you know, dreading big games. We've already touched on Aleksa Matic, who we're pretty pleased with. And Ranko Jokic, again, also pretty pleased with him. Fredrik Sorensen was a free signing, basically just a defensive backup with us losing Vjacic last season. And I think, did we sell anyone else before the end of the year? I don't think so. The one signing which doesn't appear on like this season's is Dragan Stojasevic, but we'd obviously touched on our signing of him last season, and he's really hit the ground running, to be fair. He's got a goal in the Champions League and a goal in the league, and he's looked quite good, to be fair, in his sort of appearances so far. Matthias Zanotti is a player I'm really actually quite pleased that we managed to pull this signing off. He wants quite a bit in wages, but we signed him from Inter. And I'm fully expecting him to be someone that we probably end up having to sell on. Probably end up selling him like back to Italy or something like that if he develops well enough for us. But he's already got a goal in the Champions League, and you know, he's a good right back option. You know, to sort of provide a bit of cover for Mihailovic, and eventually probably knock him out really, and take that spot from him. So that's like some business we've been quite pleased with, really. But I mean, when you look at the form of the likes of Jovic has got 10 goal contributions in 10 games. Ratkov's got 9 goal contributions in 9 starts. Unfortunately, the stats for Macetic are skewed because it's since he's left, basically, and then obviously re-signed on loan. We've basically been playing Milosej Avlovic as our central midfielder now that Nacho's left, and he's actually done really well with 6 assists and a goal. Patrick is still kicking around quite happily, as is Sanicanin, Van der Kaap, Mihailovic, and as I said, Naumov is in goal, and then Topic is still playing really well. And then we've got like the likes of Belic and that, who is basically on the... He doesn't actually stay here. It's because he's been injured quite a bit, so we've not actually been able to sort of like consistently get him in the team. But he will probably slot in like here for Savic or someone like that. And he's someone who can easily come off the bench. Well, to be fair, he'll probably actually start in this game against PSV that we've got today. Another thing I do want to touch on, by the way, everyone, is if you revert back to episode 1, we touched on our little 5-point plan. And point 3 was within 7 years, grow the league to the top 10 in the coefficients. Well, after our little Europa League run last season, where is it? It's 10th already, so this is something we don't need to look out for another 3 seasons, and that's to have 6 homegrown players starting the first game of the season. At the moment, in terms of our starting 11 that we have, in terms of homegrown players, we don't really have that many at the moment. This is homegrown club players, by the way. I think Jovic would probably count if I go into squad registration, maybe. Will it tell me who's homegrown? Homegrown club, we've got Popovic. In fact, can I sort it? Okay. So we've got Popovic, this guy, Jovic, Badjar, Stepanovic, Petkovic, Ilic, and Stashovic. Obviously, Macetic would count, but he's not going to be here. And Alexic, I imagine, would also count as well. But unfortunately, yeah, at the moment, we're not hitting that, but we've got a good 3 seasons to work on that. See, this was the main one, was the youth project, and that was a dev centre player making 10 appearances per season minimum. Now, obviously, last season, our dev centre players that we got through in their first intake weren't, at a stage where we could quite comfortably throw them in to the first team. But I think, obviously we played Macetic a lot last season. Alexic made his fair share of appearances as well, as did the likes of Ilic. And I think Petkovic also made a few games behind Ilic, the defender. But I think this season, we could certainly look at starting to bring in Vucic, and Stojanovic potentially, or maybe even Dozlov as well. They are definitely players who I think we could look at blooding in this season. They might not get substantial 10 appearances, but at least they might be able to make, and by that we meant the 30 minutes or more. But hopefully we can certainly start giving them some game time. We are still working on this one, which is manage the national team, but there's no sign of the national manager leaving just yet. Now, this is something that we probably won't be able to do. I think we'll be lucky if we can get it done this season. Obviously, that is very much dependent on us getting past PSV, which hopefully we will do. But yeah, reach the UCL knockout at least once within 10 years. And obviously the big one is we want to reach a Champions League final with 11 homegrown players. So all Serbian players don't necessarily have to be homegrown club. It would be nice if they were, but we'll accept homegrown nation starting the game. So anyway, everyone, it's time for our PSV second leg. If you are enjoying the episode so far, maybe you don't mind me sort of recapping things that we touched on in Season 1. I'm aware it has been a while. Drop a like down below and leave a comment. I'm loving engaging with everyone, and we've especially had quite a lot of new followers to the channel who are Partizan fans. So it's been really nice engaging with you guys as well. So please do keep the comments coming. I think for the team today, I'm not going to rest too much, to be honest with you. I am not really willing to risk throwing this away just for the sake of giving players some game time. The only change that I probably will make is, sorry, not Zaniolo, it's Zanotti. We will probably bring him in. We will look to bring Alexic on. We've taken out Sanichan because he's not fully fit. And I think we're probably because Macetic is on a yellow, so we'll play Mladenovic. Now, you might remember we signed this guy first season. We've been trying to retrain him into a right winger. Basically, we signed him as a winger because we thought we were going to be playing mainly a wing play tactic. Obviously, that didn't really work that well, so we switched to the more possession tactic, which has been working well. So he's basically spent a second season at Teleoptic, and now he's starting to break back into the first team this season. And yeah, we're just trying to give him a bit more game time. He's not happy because he feels like we've broken too many promises to him. I think it's a bit harsh for him to say to us, really. We've sort of tried to do our best by him. I'm just trying to basically just blood him into the team and hopefully change his mind and win him round. This PSV team is very weird. They've still got Gakpo, they've still got Simons, but they also have Isco as well. Luke de Jong didn't really offer much in the first leg. So we'll be hoping for more of the same, really. And I will accept a very happy 0-0 or at worst a 1-0 loss, to be honest with you. Just make sure all my defenders know their jobs, who they're marking. Basically, mainly, we just want to cut out Isco and Gakpo, really. They do actually still have Noni Madueke as well. He played in the first leg, but he's not in the team today. I'm not sure why that is. Unless they've sold him already. I don't know. Sold him since between now and then. But yeah, he was still there. And they did cause us problems. Don't get me wrong. Him and Gakpo were a bit of a threat down the wing. But we managed to basically shut them out. We just got our defenders, our fullbacks, just to stick tight to them. And we did actually change them from support to defend as well. And that did actually work quite nicely. Hopefully we won't need to do that just yet. We'll give them a bit of time to see how they deal with them. But we've always got that option. Here's Jovic. He's on a mistake and it's blocked by the defender. Keep in mind, everyone, this might well just be a one-game episode today because I feel like we've touched base on a lot of other things, a bit of a refresh and things like that. I can't remember who we're playing next in the league. It did say, didn't it? We'll have a look and see. But the main aim really is this. Now, there's not many highlights in this game. And it's unextended as well, so this may end up going quite quick. So we may end up playing another game if it carries on at this speed. Extended highlights, and we're already at half time. Yeah, an extended highlights first half lasting 1 minute and 30 seconds. So I think we probably will do another match because I don't feel like we're getting good value for money here. Just not do anything stupid. And you know what? This is about as comfy as it gets at the moment. Coming up to, what, sort of 40 minutes to go. And we are still sat at 0-0. 30 minutes to go almost. And Van der Kaap giving the ball away, but Zanotti has recovered really, really nicely. And Jovic has got him behind bar. And he's still going, and it's blocked by Arakovic. Now, the keeper sort of walked away from that, and maybe he knew it was going wide, but it looked like it was actually going very close. And if it had deflected in after he walked away, I would have laughed very, very hard. And Ratkov's not having his best game, so we may look to bring Stojcijevic on, who, like I said, has been really good since he's come in, and he's had much more of an impact than Jakupovic did already. In fact, his first goal, the one against Javor Matis, was a lovely little chip over the keeper. Where is he? Dragan. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, by the way. If you've been watching this series for long enough, you'll know that I just have a go and just sort of hope that it's right. And hope I don't insult anyone along the way. Zanotti has got... He did have Gakpo in his back pocket, and then there was a bit of a misunderstanding, I think, between Zanotti and Van der Kaap as to who was taking it. Like, Van der Kaap kind of just ran into Zanotti and got in his way, which allowed Gakpo through to score, which is really quite bizarre. So much for match engine changes in the update, helping with defending, because that was a bit of a joke. I have to take Zanotti off soon anyway, because he is on a yellow, and the last thing I need is to go down to 10. And I am getting a little bit... I will get twitchy if it goes to 2-0. Yes, Patrick. Topic wins it. I needed Jovic running ahead of him then. He really needs to put the afterburners on. Patrick, I think, is onside. $20 minutes to go. I am going to make some changes because quite a few players seem quite tired. So we're going to bring on Mihailovic, wherever you are, mate. There you are. And I'm going to stick you as a defending fullback. Jokic is going to come off for Sanit Channin, who again is going to be defending fullback. We're going to bring on... Oh my word, it's 2-0, everyone. Is it? Or has it been disallowed? It's going to... It's been given. And honestly, after that, the way that first goal was, I'm very, very annoyed. And he's definitely onside. They didn't like that, but I'm not being funny. That's been some shoddy play there at best. Van den Boomen can come on, as can Stjepanovic. I can't make any more substitutions, of course. Of course we can't. And now we just got to basically just try and hold out and hope that the match engine doesn't try and shaft us any more than it already has done. Oh, come on, get lost. Yes, thank you. Not great from Van den Boomen. Yes, Mihailovic. Come on, Van der Kaap. You're having a shocker. You're having an absolute shocker. He looks so lost. Why do I feel like this is going to go to 3-3? Just, I don't like that free kick. That's not a good free kick. I mean, you know, it got to him, but it very nearly didn't. And again, Jovic, well done. He's offside, I think. Yeah. But he doesn't look like it was going to be given. It looks like it's given a goal kick, and he was clean through on goal and instead smashed it over. And we got 5 minutes to hold on. 5. Park that bus, guys. Patrick, what are you doing? He has a shot and he wins a corner. Lovely. Now take your time, boys. Take your time. That's the opposite of taking your time. Sana Channon, don't you dare shoot. Oh, well, he does and he wins a corner. Okay. I just have visions of him blazing it over, but at least he won the corner. Slow it down. Slow it down. Slow it down. Yep. Oh, yes, Branko. This is perfect. I'm just watching this clock tick away in the top corner, everyone. Oh, he's really milking this. He's taking about 20 seconds to take that. And it goes straight to the keeper. Is it Walter Benitez? Is that his name? I can't remember. And it finds Gakpo. Completely unmarked. Oh, thank you, Felix Price. That is it. Far from our best performance there, everyone. Oh my word, everyone. Just look at who we're playing. Lazio, Fenerbahce, Monaco, Real Madrid, Villarreal, Victoria Pilsen, who we have beaten before, Spurs, and Bayern Munich. And as expected, that has been rearranged. I get a decent chunk of money. Really, really good chunk of money, actually. That's lovely. Honestly, this is like that meme of the girl on the couch. Like, look at that. Lazio, Real Madrid, Spurs, Bayern Munich. Even Monaco. Villarreal and Fener, we might be able to do something against. But, like, I mean, just, like, this is probably the, between them and Spurs. But look at that. They've still got Milinkovic-Savic. Still got Chiro. Felipe Anderson, Torreira, Pedro. This guy, not bad. Equation. He actually looks like he's quite decent. Well, he's on pages. They might actually not be too bad, but they're still a good team. Still a very good team. Spurs. What's Spurs' lineup like? They still got Harry Kane. They still got Son. They still got Dejan. Skip, Basuma, Bentancur. They've got Mikalenko, Teate, Dyer, Emerson Royale. They've got Altai in goal. They got Anel Akhmetovic. Oh, nice. Classic FM21, 22 player. Bayern Munich, but they still got Sadio, Evan Nilsson, Musiala, Muller, Declan Rice, Sabitzer, Alphonso Davies, Robin Knocker. Robin Knocker's not very good, to be fair. For Bayern, anyway. Deo, Pavard, and Neuer. Who have they got who's probably going to play in defence over him? They still got Goretzka. Ansu Fati, Gravenberch, Pedro Porro, Leroy Sané. They still got De Ligt, Kenneth Taylor, Moussa Diaby, Ugarte. Leonardo Lello. I had him with Le Havre on FM21, I think it was. He was great. He was dead cheap when I signed him, and he was really good. It'd be weird playing against him. Real Madrid, do we even dare? Let's see what their team's like. Still got Carlo, Icardi, Vinny, Rodrigo, Valverde, Tchouaméni, Koopmeiners, Alaba, Rudiger, Milinkovic, Kyle Walker, Thibaut, Matis Tel, Vitinha, Eder, Coman, Modric, Nacho, Camavinga, Zaniolo, Marco Asensio, Lucas Canizares. Is this the son of the keeper who used to play for Valencia? How can I find that out? Because there's a goalkeeper called Canizares who used to play for Valencia. Oh man, so when's that first Champions League game then? 2 games time against Lazio. We got Fener. Then we got Monaco. Okay. Next game is against Vojvod. No, I'm going to leave it at that for now. I hope that's okay with everyone. It's been quite a long episode, and I don't want to drag things out anymore for you guys. Especially when the World Cup's still on. You know, everyone wants like nice, quick, easy watching. I'm probably going to bring it back for the home game against Fenerbahce, to be honest with you, everyone, if that's okay. We'll do Lazio away off camera, along with this run of games, and then we'll bring it back for Fenerbahce at home. Oh, my days. Talk about fun times. Right, everyone, I think I've covered everything. We've done transfers. Yeah, Belic was... He wasn't that bothered about going, to be fair, to Dortmund. We looked at getting this guy in, but he went to Santos instead, but we weren't really that convinced by him. I think we've covered everything there. Schedule. Player performance. The league. The league's anything we've not touched on. We're 3 points behind Red Star, but we've got a game in hand. Yeah, I think that's it, everyone. I do actually think that is it, really, for what we needed to cover today. I hope you're happy with that. And I will see you. Got into the Champions League proper. This is going to be really, really tough. I think it's teams that say 9th to 24th. We could really do with trying to get in and around here. I'm sure it said teams 9th to 24th. Go to the knockout playoff round. If we could do that, incredible. But I think really just look to be competitive, to be honest with you. And just reap the rewards of their finances. Obviously, that fixture list, while it's not been very kind in terms of the teams we're playing against, they're really tough. We have to look at it from a gate receipt point of view. Having like Spurs at home, Real Madrid at home, that's a really good home tie. Even Monaco, to be fair. But Spurs and Real Madrid at home are really good revenue ties for us. They should bring us quite a lot of money, which is really nice. They'll probably be televised, so that's a good bit of sponsorship money, like, you know, bit of income there as well. So I think we should be really happy with that in some ways, and just enjoy it, enjoy the ride. So yeah, all right, everyone, take care. I will see you all very, very soon. Bye for now.